Yo, 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 yo. What's up, everyone? It's kind of dark in here today. Hey, Art Nerd. What's up, Dylansky? What's up, Popcorn Pro? Happy January indeed. What's up, Cindy? Winter's arrived in Czech. Yeah, nice. Yeah, I kind of was thinking about... Yo. Hottie, thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate it. I just figured it'd be kind of fun to try to record some acoustic guitar. Get some more, maybe some more, natural sounding textures and recordings in some of the album stuff. There was we listened to some acoustic piece while we were in a cabin, my fiance and I, for New Year's, and it was, it really inspired me. I think that, some Bon Iver song, and it was just so beautiful. It was like, hype train interrupting my thought process there a little bit. I see how it is, But no, it was just like a cool moment, like looking out at the snow and the trees. It's really peaceful, warm by the fireplace. Are you planning guitar for a single track, or do you have a list? There's really only one song that I know I want guitar on, acoustic guitar, and but there are a couple others where electric I feel like could be cool. Um, the guitar and I and me. Um, oh, that might be a synth, or oh no, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about like the nylon. Yeah, for sure. I see what you're saying. Um, I actually I kind of forgot about that. I just re-listened to the album because of the test pressings. They're actually sitting back there for the twofold part 1 and 2 double vinyl, and yeah, that strum is definitely got it's got like, I forget exactly what the voicing is. It's some kind of like minor 6 type thing. Bon Iver is an ocean of inspiration for sure. Yeah, actually, one of the things that I liked the most was the processing, the mixing. Why am I sitting like that? I'm like a little hunched over. I think it. Hold on, I gotta figure this out real quick. Let's get this mic over here for now. I'm gonna have to move it when I'm recording, but yeah, the processing I thought was really interesting. So anyways, let's take a look. What am I doing here? So I'm in Fade Away, and I think this track in particular might be towards the end of the album. And I think there's a lot of potential to kind of dive into the emotion of this song a little bit more. You know, it's a little bit dark, lyrically, emotionally, but it's also kind of like accepting in a way too. So it's not all, it's not like doom and gloom, but it's you know, it's still kind of dark. So I'm gonna have to mute my mic, I think, while I'm recording. Just a heads up. But let's see. Let's turn this thing off. Have you seen their performance in NPR? I have not. I'll have to check it out. But thanks for letting me know. You know, I've been okay. Before I dive into this too much, I was just watching this random YouTube channel doing movie reviews, 2025 like review of like best and worst of 2025 movies, and it kind of inspired me to do something similar with like releases and albums, or just a chat about like the stuff that I've been listening to that I thought was particularly interesting or great, or stuff that I thought was I don't know if I really want to be spending time talking about music I thought was not very good, but either way, it kind of made me think about doing that. I don't want to turn into like focus on becoming some kind of Anthony Fantano type figure or anything like that, but I just think it would be really fun to talk more and like have more conversations around that, like with forward facing assets and videos. And I started like the Wire Weekly playlist a while ago. Maybe that could be an interesting like format for that, but I have also way too many ideas that I don't actually follow through on, so I think I gotta be a little bit better about how I'm spending my time on different things. Sometimes I think that just having an idea is enough to make something happen, and then I overwhelm myself with the actual execution of these things. So that's something I could definitely be better at. But anyways, let's start recording here. I'm gonna do a little bit of guitar, nothing crazy, but we're gonna get into it right now. Also, how's it going, Clumber? Let's see. I'm gonna. All right. Where are we at here? New subscriber. Yo, what's up? What's up, Caden? Thanks for the sub. I really appreciate it. Good to see you here. this down a little bit. This is like a kind of like particularly small guitar, so it's kind of awkward.
I was hearing voices, wasn't sure if they're mine. I was seeing choices, wasn't sure if they're right. I was hearing voices, wasn't sure if they're mine. I was seeing choices, wasn't sure if they're right. I was hearing voices, wasn't sure if they're mine. I was seeing choices, wasn't sure if they're right. I was hearing voices, wasn't sure if they're mine. I was seeing choices, wasn't sure if they're right. I was hearing voices, wasn't sure if they're mine. I was seeing choices, wasn't sure if they're right. I was hearing voices, wasn't sure if they're mine. I was seeing choices, wasn't sure if they're right.
Kind of like that. It's a nice little riff.
Wasn't sure if they're
Let's see. See if I can actually get a good take going here. Let's record something.
I was hearing voices, wasn't sure if they're mine. I was seeing choices, wasn't sure if they're right. I was hearing voices, wasn't sure.
Let me maybe do a couple more of those. See if I can kind of cut them up. I'm not good enough at playing to get that good, like, right in one take.
I was hearing voices, wasn't sure if they're mine. I was seeing choices, wasn't sure if they're right. I was hearing voices, wasn't sure if they're mine. I was seeing choices, wasn't sure if they're right. I was hearing voices, wasn't sure if they're mine. I was seeing choices, wasn't sure if they're right. I was hearing voices, wasn't sure if they're mine. I was seeing choices, wasn't sure if they're right. I was hearing voices, wasn't sure if they're mine. I was seeing choices, wasn't sure if they're right. I was
Okay.
hearing voices, wasn't sure if they're mine.
I think there's enough to work with here to just get something simple going. I'm thinking we'll start with 2 tracks here. And we'll do one with kind of like that little intro riff.
I was hearing voices, wasn't sure if they're mine.
Is that a GS Mini? I don't know what they're called, but it is a Martin & Co. If that's what like kind of like the size smaller of a typical acoustic guitar is called, then yeah. I honestly didn't even know that size existed.
I was hearing voices, wasn't sure if they're mine. I was seeing choices, wasn't sure if they're right. I was hearing voices, wasn't sure if they're mine. I was seeing choices, wasn't sure if they're right. I was hearing voices, wasn't sure. I was hearing voices, wasn't sure if they're mine.
Okay, let's try to get this stuff down down here. And then we'll kind of have we'll have the kind of like bigger strummed chords kind of pop up over here, I think.
Always on my shoulder, whispering to my mind.
It's kind of quiet.
Always on my shoulder, whispering to my mind. Something looming over, a feeling I'll describe. Letting a sinking ship, taking me down with it, drowning me out, figure this out, time to get over this.
Okay, so I think we're gonna have we'll actually probably need to do at least one more take of this, because I'd like to have one panned left, one panned a little right. For like the strumming, I think this intro thing we want kind of more mono and centered. Let's make sure they're side chained as well. Timing is not quite right yet. Let's try to lock that in, because once this riff is sounding a little bit better, I think it'll help lock things in a bit more. So let's go into the warp mode. Let's see where everything's at. It's okay for some of it to be a little bit off, but generally, I think we want most of it pretty on time. It makes a big difference, I think. So let's go something a little bit more like this. Okay. Then we'll fade those.
I was hearing voices, wasn't sure if they're mine. I was seeing choices, wasn't sure if they're right. Always on my shoulder, whispering to my mind. Something looming over, a feeling I'll describe. Letting a sinking ship, taking me down with it, drowning me out, figure this out, time to get over this. Letting a sinking ship, taking me down with it, drowning me out, figure this out, time to get over this.
Yeah, I think it adds a nice texture to the track. Like, I mean, what I was doing before was just a sketch anyway, so this is kind of filling it out nicely, I think. And there's like zero processing on this right now, so it'll sound, I think, quite a bit better once I improve the processing a little bit.
Letting a sinking ship, taking me down with it, drowning me out, figure this out, time to get over this. Letting a sinking ship, taking me down with it, drowning me out.
It'd be cool to do some kind of like, maybe we'll add a separate chain in this processing rack here. I don't know. I want to do some like weird reverb stuff here. So Let's see. This is kind of like the main processing after the tuning. So let's group all of this. And let's add another chain here and just try maybe like a serum effects or something like that. Serum 2 effects. Let's throw that in here. Let's solo it for a second. Maybe we can like, I don't know, just mess around with it a little bit. Delay.
Letting a sinking ship taking me.
Oh, right. Hold on. I forgot I had basically exported the entire vocal audio because of the auto-tune glitch issue I was having. Delansky mentioned a trick about Ableton earlier, bumping for visibility. Oh, thank you. Right below, you can click the 3 little line icons to see all the track without having to move the clips around. The 3 little icons to. You can click the little 3 line icons. You were probably mentioning that when I was working with the audio earlier, because I'm not sure. I'm just seeing the message now. The 3 little lines. I might have to get back to what you were talking about. Look at the track name, and there are 3 lines. Oh, that's kind of cool, actually. I don't think that was what you were talking about, but just scroll up a little. I'm a little lost, I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gonna keep focusing on this vocal processing here.
I was hearing voices.
Hold on, let's see how this sounds. Okay, nothing. It's a little weird. Huh. Does this need to be unmuted?
I was seeing choices.
Oh, okay. There we go. So here's that good old auto-tune issue. Okay, so B minor, luckily we know the parallel major for B minor is a D major. So for some reason it only sticks to the major one, so this should be fine. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so
I was seeing choices, wasn't sure if the right. Letting a sinking ship.
okay, let's check this out.
Taking me down with it, drowning me out. Figure this out, time to get over this. Letting a sinking ship, taking me down with it, drowning me out. Figure this out, time to get over this.
I was kind of picturing like ooh, wait, what if we added a some kind of convolve?
Letting a sinking ship, taking me down with it, drowning me out. Figure this out, time to get over this. Letting a sinking ship, taking me down with it, drowning me out. Figure this out, time to get over this. Letting a sinking ship, taking me down with it, drowning me out. Figure this out, time to get over this.
So this would be kind of like the additional effect layer in theory, but
Taking me down with it, drowning me out. Figure this out, time to get over this. Letting a sinking ship, taking me down with it, drowning me out. this out, time to get over this. Letting a sinking ship, taking me down with it, drowning me out, figure this out, time to get over this. Letting a sinking ship, taking me down with it, drowning me out, figure this out, time to get over this. Letting a sinking ship, taking me down with it, drowning me out, figure this out, time to get over this.
It's kind of cool. Gives it a little bit of a dreamlike quality there.
Taking me down with it.
Probably better if we I think if we use something like utility to keep the volume down initially.
I was hearing voices, wasn't sure if they're mine. I was seeing choices, wasn't sure if they're right.
Probably pro cue this real quick too. I wonder if a little bit of delay could be interesting on this as well.
On my shoulder.
Maybe we can match that riff so we don't have so many different riffs going on here with the Omnisphere patch here.
I was hearing voices, wasn't sure if they're mine. I was seeing choices.
Sounds fine like that too.
Always on my shoulder, whispering to my mind. Something looming over, a feeling of the scribe. Letting a sinking ship, taking me down with it, drowning me out, figure this out, time to get over this. Letting a sinking ship.
Okay. And we can group them just for visibility. I think these we can probably compress a bit.
Figure this out, time to get over this. Letting a sinking ship, taking me down with it, drowning me out, figure this out, time to get over this. Taking a hold of me, tearing it out of me. Never again know who I am. Things that I can't change.
Okay, so the original chord progression here changes slightly, but I think while I was playing guitar, I kind of wanted it to potentially stay along the lines of what's going on here in this like pre-chorus type thing. How is it already out of tune? That's crazy. So, hold on.
letting a sinking ship taking me down with it, drowning me out. Figure this out, time to get over this. Taking a hold of me, tearing it out of me. Never again know who I am.
Okay, guitars can probably stop there. Kind of a little moment.
Things that I can't change, so even if I fade away.
Okay. Obviously, this one I gotta switch to D major.
So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change.
All right. Maybe we could switch away from the piano here. It's a good opportunity to potentially, like, we don't have to abandon it completely, but maybe just for now.
Things that I can't change, so even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can't change, so even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can't change.
Maybe. I kind of might have to adjust some writing a little bit if I'm going to go that route, but we'll see.
Letting a sinking ship taking me down with it, drowning me out. Figure this out, time to get over this. Taking a hold of me, tearing it out of me. Never again know who I am. Things that I can't change, so even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can't change, so even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can't change. Things that I can't change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can change. I was here.
Maybe a brief, like, single measure breather there could be nice, instead of going straight into the next verse there. And let's keep the omnisphere out of this version for now. I think the guitar is kind of replacing the omnisphere and doing it in a more interesting way.
I was hearing voices, wasn't sure if they're mine. I was seeing choices, wasn't sure if they're right. Always on my shoulder, whispering to my mind.
All right, let's go ahead and grab a vintage verb here. Just to get a quick little reverse reverb hit from that first little what was it? First couple of words.
I was hearing voices, wasn't sure if they're mine. I was seeing choices. I was hearing voices, wasn't sure if they're mine. I was seeing choices, wasn't sure if they're right. always on my shoulder.
What's up, Timatism?
Whispering to my mind, something looming over, a feeling I'll describe. Letting a sinking ship, taking me down with it, drowning me out, figure this out, time to get over this. Taking a hold of me, tearing it out of me, never again know who I am. Things that I can't change, so even if I fade away, it won't bother me, cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can't change, so even if I
Well, why don't we record these chords, and then try to... I had a few other layers I was experimenting with, so let's just try to build this out a tiny bit more.
So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can't change, so even if I fade away, it won't bother me, cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can't change.
Alright, hold on. What is, Okay, hold on. Let me do this again.
Even if I fade away, it won't bother me, cause I have come to terms with things I can change.
Alright, whatever. Let's just quantize that real quick. And duplicate this, and then take a look at what the other layers were.
Things that I can't change. Things that I can't change.
I don't know if I'm totally sold by that chord progression for this section. Problem is the vocals here, the voice leading doesn't quite work with things the way I was hoping they would. What's up, Moogard? What's up, Barty? Just came across your stream. Greetings from Germany. Servus. Or, sorry, that's more of an Austrian thing. Guten Abend. Ich glaube, in Deutschland ist es wahrscheinlich so 7 Stunden später. Bei mir ist es im Moment 1 Uhr 42. One thing that always trips me up speaking in German, I always have to think about how I'm saying the time. Because in English you would say 1:42 p.m., but if I were to say the same time in German, I would say 1:24. I don't know why it's different like that, but yeah, it's kind of confusing. You say the second number first.
So even if I fade away,
Yeah, let's try to keep experimenting with this a little bit here. Arabic is the same with the numbers? Oh, that's interesting. I don't know that.
So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can change. So even if
Yo, thank you for the follow, VDG.
So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can change. So
That's kind of a cool alternative, maybe.
change. Things that I can 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 change.
I think a lot of this is
Change. Things that I can change. Things that I can change. Things that I
okay. I have an idea. I'm just gonna record this. Wait, why did that just look like it got rid of? All right. There's a particular sound I was gonna try to use here. Let me see. Where is this freaking thing? Yeah. Am I crazy? Where is this preset? No. No. Is it this one? No. Damn it. This could be a cool texture in the beginning.
I was hearing voices.
It's a vibe. I like that. But let me keep looking for this lead for a moment. Let's see. No, it's not here. Whatever, let's just start from here.
Subscribe.
Yo. Berkson, what's up? Thank you so much for this love vibe of the track, and you've once again outdone yourself with the vocals. Thank you. I really appreciate that. It's. I think I was overthinking for a while, whether to lean into my natural voice more. I think I've always enjoyed using my voice as like a tool, and because it's obviously the most natural like thing to use as a creator is your own body. But yeah, I've never really gotten it to the point where I don't think I've ever really been able to do like actual top lines. And I don't know. I mean, obviously I've sung on some stuff like Never Count on Me or Do You Don't You, but there's still a decent amount of processing there. And there is here too, but not to the point where you can't tell it's my normal voice. You know, there's no format shifting. It's really just dynamics and pitch control. And even then, like too much pitch control and you start sounding like, you know, T-Pain, which isn't a bad thing, but you know, stylistically, especially for something like this, I would really love to be able to do this live and to have a natural tone in my voice. Anyways, what am I doing here? Yeah, something like this maybe.
I was hearing voices, wasn't sure if they're mine. I was seeing choices, wasn't sure if they're right. Always on my shoulder, whispering to my mind. Something looming over, a feeling of a scribe. Letting a sinking ship, taking me down with it, drowning me out, figure this out, time to get over this. Taking a hold of me, tearing it out of me, never again, no who I am. Things that I can't change, so even if I fade away, so even if I fade away, it won't bother me, cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can change.
So I think, what was I? Something like that could actually be kind of cool on its own. Like these chords that are re-triggering with a little bit of that kind of like pitch and cut off movement.
Can't change. Things that I can't change.
But I'm going to duplicate this and set this copy to mono so I can go back to testing out what I was originally going to do. Let's see. Maybe we'll program in some stops for now. I don't know if we want it to be legato the entire time, but they're a little bit messy right now. I think it's because of the release being so high. Delay. Yeah, let's get this macro on the release and decay. There might be some, yeah, sustained pedal automation there too. Let's get rid of that.
Things that I can't change. Things that I can't change.
Maybe we get rid of the vocal here.
Things that I can't change.
Wait, what? Where's that coming from?
Things that I can't change.
Maybe the low end is more important here than... I can riff on random synths all day, but I feel like maybe the low end is a bigger part of the puzzle here. Let's try to switch gears a little bit and look around for some maybe some quick little patches we can use to build something off of. Because I don't really know exactly what I'm looking for. I feel like something that's... I can kind of hear something, but... yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Let's just try to do something from scratch, I guess. Why not? Basic shapes. Whoops, I actually meant to do FM from C. Maybe we can have a little bit of like some kind of pitch automation here, nothing crazy. Let's go like this. Just a little bit of pulsing would be nice. And we'll see how to spice it up from here.
Things that I can't
Open it up a little bit. I think actually an OTT would be nice for the time being.
things that I can't
Make sure it's sidechain too.
things that I can't
You know what? It's not going to be very audible with a synth that big, so... Kind of curious what this would sound like with a compactor on the chord synth. And I would also like to high pass this around here.
change things that I can't things that I can't
Let's try to grab a throw a compactor on here, just to see what this sounds like. 37.
change things that I can't things that I can't things that I can't things that I can't things that I can't
I do think that kind of filling out the spectrum a bit like this is probably not a bad idea.
things that I can't things that I can't change things that I can't things that I
I mean, whatever. For now, we'll just use this to keep moving forward in the track.
So even if I fade away, so even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I could change.
Suppose we might want a different patch for like a more staccato chord type thing. So we'll try to turn this into more of like an 808 kind of thing. All right, let's use this.
So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I could change.
Doesn't sound great right now, but let's quantize this. And maybe let's get rid of that lower octave here.
So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I could change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I could change. I was hearing voices, wasn't sure if they're mine. I was seeing choices, wasn't sure if they're right. Always on my shoulder, whispering to my mind. Something looming over, a feeling I'll describe. Letting a sinking ship, taking me down with it. Drowning me out, figure this out, time to get over this. Taking a hold of me, tearing it out of me. Never again know who I am. Things that I can change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can change.
Okay. I did a bunch of like random extra vocal riffing here, which I'm not sure I really want to get into right now. So probably don't want to end up using that. But this also still has the old progression for this like little bridge section. So trying to decide. I like the idea of I think in terms of the arrangement, it would make sense for the like drums to maybe drop out here and not come back until the second chorus. Thinking. Let's go back to the intro for a moment.
I was hearing voices, wasn't sure if they're mine. I was seeing choices, wasn't sure if they're right. always on.
It'd be kind of cool, like I was hearing voices, like maybe that could be foreshadowed a little bit, like a filtered, ad lib type thing, but more of a foreshadowing than ad lib. Like maybe in the intro, you could hear it like really faint in the background. That vocal line, kind of iPhone EQ'd a little bit. Let's see. That's actually a lot more prevalent than I was imagining it. Let's go like this.
I was hearing voices, wasn't sure if they're mine. I was seeing choices, wasn't sure if they're right.
Maybe we can get that that one little atmospheric serum patch from earlier back in here, because that was nice. No idea where it went. I should have just duplicated it then, but that one's pretty nice too, but let's see. Where is this thing? Have you decided what drop should be in the actual release? I believe I heard another drop for the song a while ago. Yeah, I'm still kind of figuring that out. But one thing that I really like doing with songs is especially when it's kind of like a album time, it's kind of fun to and almost necessary, I think, to reproduce songs several times over. I think that it's hard to get it the first try. It happens sometimes, but sometimes you write, you produce a track, and you're kind of like, I don't know, that excitement is worn off, and your workflow changes, I feel like, when you don't have that drive to see what this fresh idea is going to sound like in the final round, that final lap. Your patience is wearing a bit more thin. You're kind of desensitized to the idea. It doesn't feel as interesting, and it might be harder to see the vision for it. And if it's not like clicking that great, when you've already kind of gotten it pretty far along, then it might be that it's just produced not incorrectly, but like not right enough. Maybe it's the instrumentation, maybe it's XYZ, and sometimes it's better to just let it sit and then come back to it and try to give it another go from scratch. Sometimes it's the keys, sometimes it's who knows, like especially when you're doing stuff with like your vocals too, right? If you're not used to it, that is, like I'm still getting used to working with my natural voice a bit more. My range is super limited, I feel like, where I can sing naturally. I don't know, I don't feel like I have a huge range, so I've had to change the key to the song a few times too, just to like figure out where to place my voice. But yeah, let's see. I'm just gonna scroll through some stuff because I can't remember. Yo, Liminal, thank you for the follow.
Never again, no, I am things that I can't follow, so even if I fade away.
Yo, Zizarak, thank you for the follow.
I have come to terms with things I could change, things that I can't
Kind of a cool lead. Where's that pitch movement coming from? vibrato is super annoying. It's probably nice for like, I don't know, quick ideas, but I need a little more control over this. Hold on. Let's go in here, remove all destinations, create a vibrato.
I have come to terms with things I could change, things that I can't things that I can't change. So even if I fade away,
I don't know. Anyways, let's keep looking for that synth for the intro before I get too distracted here. Nope, 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 nope. Nope, nope, nope. I think I'll be able to recognize it just by how the, it was like a granular synth, so it should be pretty easy. I think this is it, actually.
I was hearing voices, wasn't sure if they're mine. I was seeing choices, wasn't sure if they're right. Always on my shoulder.
What a vibe. Okay, let's add that in there.
I was hearing voices, wasn't sure if they're mine. I was seeing choices, wasn't sure if they're right. Always on my shoulder, whispering to my mind. Something looming over, a feeling I'll describe. Letting a sinking ship, taking me down with it, drowning me out, figure this out, time to get over this. Taking a hold of me, tearing it out of me, never again know who I am. Things that I can't change, so even if I fade away.
Cool. That feels really good now. Just that one little embellishment made a pretty big difference, I think. Zizarak, if you could give me some advice, I'd love it. My mixes sound perfect in my headphones, even in my studio monitors, but as soon as I play it on my phone or my car, it goes to shit. It's either phasing or it's blown out with sub. Any idea why that would be? Well, first and foremost, I wouldn't consider myself a particularly good mixing engineer. So my thoughts on this aren't going to be particularly helpful, but, you know, there are small things you could do to try to work around that. And that's by kind of like, while you're working on a track, you know, trying to like roughly recreate like an iPhone EQ curve, and just try to emulate that a little bit, because obviously every system is going to sound different. I don't need to tell you that. And, you know, it's impossible to keep track of every different device. It's pretty, if I were to guess, you know, iPhones, I'm trying to think about like how they process sound. I would actually be kind of interested in that, how smartphones in general do that, because I can tell that like with iPhones in particular, when you turn up the volume a bunch, it starts compressing the sound more too. I think it's maybe assuming that like, oh, the sound isn't, you know, well, either way, it's not important. But regarding your question, honestly, the best thing to do is just to check what things are working. You know, do some troubleshooting, see which of your mixes work better than others on an iPhone, right? and just do your own kind of like troubleshooting process in that regard, and that will help as well. And even if it's not your mixes, right? Like, I mean, listen to what are you comparing it to when you say that like, wow, your mixes sound like shit on an iPhone, right? Like, pull up a mix that you think translates really well, and then that will be a great reference point when you're in the studio, right? You say, all right, let me see. This track sounds great on my iPhone. Let me throw it in as a reference track in my DAW, and then A/B that mix to yours and try to take note of those differences as well. And there's a lot of stuff you can do, and that's what I would personally do, right? Like, I'm not a good enough mixing engineer to that I don't keep track of all those differences between commonly used systems and how to optimize your mixes for those. Yeah, but hopefully that sparks some ideas for you.
Letting a sinking ship, taking me down with it, drowning me out, figure this out, time to get over this, taking a hold of me, tearing it out of me.
Yeah, equal loudness contour would be a good place to look too. I know Virtual Riot just did that video on the Fletcher Munson curve, / equal loudness curve, and that is certainly a really helpful thing to keep in mind too, especially when you're doing so many things as a producer on your own. Most of the time these days, I feel like the standard is to be a one-man band, kind of.
Letting a sinking ship, taking me down with it, drowning me out, figure this out, time to get over this, taking a hold of me, tearing.
Just gonna bounce this little effect layer here. I started to do midway checks on my mix. I get 9% of the way there. Then I check and make adjustments based on my car. Totally. I think that's helpful. And like, that's it's a smart thing to do, but I feel like it's also important. Everyone's process and output and everyone's goals are a little different, right? Like, I don't know. It's worth it, if you are a one-man band and you're kind of doing everything yourself. It's also worth kind of considering like how much time and energy out of your how much time to dedicate towards something like that, because yes, it is really important, but let's say like I don't know, there are other things that you could argue are more important. For example, like I don't know, for me in the long run, I would love to work more closely with the mixing engineer / mastering engineer with my music, because I've kind of come to terms with like it's just not my forte. Like I can do it to a degree, but in the long run, I would love to connect with a mixing and mastering engineer that understands how I like to, how I would like my stuff to sound, and to kind of take that load off of my shoulders. I used to think differently about it. I used to think that like, well, it's part of the creative workflow. Oftentimes, you think of it as separate, but you can definitely make the argument that like mixing and mastering a track can be a creative process, because realistically, like, you can't really separate creative and non-creative choices in a music piece. Even something as simple as saying like, hey, this sound, it doesn't feel like it's at the front of the mix as much as it should be. I want to turn it up. Like, is that a mixing choice, or is that, a songwriting choice? Or, I mean, it's kind of a little bit of everything at the end of the day. It's not just one or the other. But anyways, I'm kind of rambling here a little bit, but I'm just trying to encourage the thought process behind like, the purpose of mixing something really well, because a lot of artists, for a lot of artists, especially smaller artists, it's probably better to just focus on doing what you can, being consistent with your output and connecting with people that enjoy your stuff. And a lot of people will enjoy it, even if it's not mixed super well, right? A lot of times you hear a song that just has such a sick, really cool writing or really cool sound design or something that's just kind of transcends the need for a good mix.
I was hearing voices, wasn't sure if they're mine. I was seeing choices, wasn't sure if they're right. Always on my shoulder, whispering to my mind. Something looming over, a feeling I'll describe. Letting a sinking ship, taking me down with it, drowning me out, figure this out, time to get over this. Taking a hold of me, tearing it out of me.
Y'all are already making fadeaway puns. I love it.
Never again know who I am. Things that I can't change, so even if I fade away, it won't bother me, cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can't change.
I don't know if I like that synth, I'm not gonna lie. But I don't know what else to put here, so let's keep looking. Where to look? It's got a little bit of a flume kind of vibe to it. This weird stuttery, low pass pad.
Things that I can't change, so even if I fade away, it won't bother me, cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can't change, so even if I fade away, it won't bother me.
I'm just gonna try to keep adding different patches in here. Hopefully something will click. Things that I can't change, so even if I fade away, it won't bother me, cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can't change, so even if I fade away, it won't bother me, cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can't change. That could be kind of cool.
Things that I can't change, so even if I fade away, it won't bother me, cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can't change, so even if I fade away, it won't bother me, cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can't. Things that I can't change. So
You know what? I'm gonna throw in this cone sound inspired bass sound because I have an idea for maybe creating like a stuttery kind of like distorted sub underneath all of this. Maybe as a way to imply some of the heaviness. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, I got to make a new 2026 folder. Damn. I try to create a new sound design folder for every year. Let's see. But I haven't made any real new sound design this year yet, so kind of forgot about that. Let's see. I think this one is a good place to start. All right, so let's remove the macro here. Yeah, let's do that on the noise. Hold on. Let's remove all modulators for the noise. Something is not right here. Why is that? Ah, okay, I think it's because it's linked to this. Angry Sandpaper, yeah. You're not wrong. Okay, let's grab another filter. Okay. I think I want to scoop some of the mids out for the sound, but let's just do something here real quick.
Things that I can't change, so even if I fade away, it won't bother me, cause I have come to terms with things I could change. Things that I can't change, so even if I fade away, it won't bother me, cause I have come to terms with things I could change. Things that I can't change, so even if I fade away, it won't bother me, cause I have come to terms with things I could change. Things that I can't change, so even if I fade away, it won't bother me, cause I have come to terms with things I could change.
Yeah, I'm kind of like, I think I might need to draw this in. Dun, 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 dun. It might be too active, but let's see.
Things that I can't change, so even if I fade away, it won't bother me, cause I have come to terms with things I could change. Things that I can't change, so even if I fade away, it won't bother me, cause I have come to terms with things I could change. Things that I can't change, so even if
Maybe the build should be longer, now that I think about it.
so even if I fade away, it won't bother me, cause I have come to terms with things I could change. Things that I can't change.
Man, why is this, I think I need to get rid of the retrigger here.
So even
Let's see.
So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, cause I have come to terms with things I could change. Things that I can't change, so even if I fade away, it won't bother me, cause I have come to terms with things I could change. Things that I can't change, so even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can change.
Cool. Now I want to bust out. Where's that like kind of Rufus the Soul kind of thing go? Yeah, this one. All right, let's kind of make this. First of all, let's make it mono.
Things that I can't change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can't change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can't change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can't change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can't change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can't change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can't change.
I almost could picture this extending a bit, so why don't we add... What's the best way to do this? Let's add 8 measures here. We'll let the vocal repeat once. And then we'll just kind of try to ride this energy a little bit. Let's go like this. Boom, boom. Okay.
Never again, know who I am. Things that I can't change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can't change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can't change. Things that I can't change.
Yo, thank you for the raid, Psychotrop. Appreciate it.
So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can't change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can't
Let's mute this little phrase there.
change. Things that I can't change.
I feel like just there's some kind of little melody that could be cool here to progress the tension. Maybe some kind of clap could be a little bit better fitting here. Trying to think, maybe some kind of like a Sophie type clap could be cool for this. Like a weird distorted 808 clap kind of thing. This one's a bit heavier than I was thinking, but that's all right. We'll use it for the time being. Maybe we can use velocity to kind of like trigger the volume of this noisy high-end layer.
I have come to terms with things I could change. Things that I can change. Things that I can change.
It's got a little bit too much of a trance vibe for me right now. Let's see, what's going into this? Oh, that's the noise filter. Makes sense. Let's try to maybe... That's kind of a vibe too. Let's go back to this this chorus. This could be kind of cool. Hold on.
Never again know who I am. Things that I can't change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to...
Hold on. I gotta get rid of the legato, I think. And let's get rid of the velocity triggering here. We get added to the cutoff here a little bit. I think we need the filter after the compression here, potentially.
Never again know who I am. Things that I can't change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to...
I need the metronome, dude. I'm getting like way off.
Things that I can't change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can't change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can't change. So even if I fade 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can't change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me 'cause I have come to.
It's kind of cool. The latency is really intense, so it's hard to jam on this, but I like the general idea. Let's see if we can have the velocity open up the filter a little bit.
Things that I can't change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can't change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can't change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can't change.
Let's just get something really simple going that works here. I'm trying to think about like the vocal phrasing kind of requires a certain type of pattern here. I can't get too crazy with this, otherwise it'll make the chorus a little more confusing.
So even if I fade away,
I already messed up. Hold on.
so even if I fade away, it won't bother me 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can't change.
There we go. That's a nice starting point.
So even if I fade away, it won't bother me 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can't change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can't change.
Guys, clap is actually not hitting the spot right now. I did this. I had this interesting like little stuttering synth that I feel like could be kind of a cool addition to this potentially. But I need to find a better clap in this. Let's see. What do we got? Let's just go to samples. Actually, this one's nice. Whoops. I mean, it is really pleasing to listen to. I feel like I haven't gone for like a trancey element in a song in a long time. Let's see. I am kind of enjoying.
So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change.
What if we did the felt piano here? Let's see. Instrument VSTs, keyscapes. I feel like it could be a nice layer.
Never again, I know who I am. Things that I can't change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can't change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can't change. Things that I can't change. Things that I can't change.
Let's see. I think maybe that register could be nice for the beginning of the chorus.
So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can't change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can't change.
Actually, I think this one is a little bit better.
So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can't change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can't change.
Actually, that sounds kind of cool. Just like that minor chord right before the drop, potentially. whether to just remove that altogether from the drop. I don't know. We shall see.
I have come to terms with things I could change. Things that I can change. Things that I can change.
Yo, what is going on in the chat right now? Something about hedgehogs and shadows. Moogrid, what's up? You got a question? Ah, save. I appreciate it. How's it going, Ession? I didn't realize you were in here as well. November sketching. Yeah. Let's just go 4. Alright, let's go back to the intro for a sec.
I was hearing voices, wasn't sure if they're mine. I was seeing choices, wasn't sure if they're right. Always on my shoulder, whispering to my mind. Something looming over, a feeling I'll describe. Letting a sinking ship, taking me down with it, drowning me out, figure this out, time to get over this. Taking a hold of me, tearing it out of me, never again know who I am. Things that I can't change, so even if I fade away, it won't bother me, cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can't change, so even if I fade away, it won't bother me, cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can't change. Things that I can't change. I have come to terms with things I could change. Things that I can't change.
Maybe we can open it up a bit here. Let's go to configure and let's see. I think we actually might benefit more from doing that with this guy right here. Configure. Wait. There we go. Actually, I'm pretty sure Asian, you showed me that trick. I think it should work. You should be able to do that without having to right click and select automate, but there's probably a reason. I've stopped questioning Steve Duda after like years ago. I was like talking about how it would be cool to have a feature in Serum, and it had been there the entire time. So ever since then, I feel like I just try to shut up when I feel like something isn't working the way I thought it would. You know what? I don't know. That might actually not work the way I was expecting. Haywyre, they do that due to too many parameters appearing in Serum. Okay, that makes sense to me.
things that I can't change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I could change. Things that I can't change. Things that I can't change.
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what to do here.
I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can't change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I could change. Things that I can't change. Things that I can't change. So
It's kind of a cool riff. Yeah, whatever. Let's just record that. Maybe we'll use it in a different part of the song. Ah! Herr Martin, du hast meine Frage übersehen. Oh, my bad. What happened? In CPU optimization? I thought... oh, my bad. Here we go. For some reason, I thought that... Anyways, yeah. I've got a project redlining 75% CPU right now. I know I need to bounce the CPU hogs. Any ideas on how to... yeah, for sure. So, well, I do have some ideas. It depends on, you know, your workflow though. So like, first of all, you know, I don't, well, I guess the most obvious place to start is probably your buffer size. So if you don't care about latency, if you're primarily concerned about CPU, you can always increase your buffer size as much as you want. But if you want to keep it relatively low, I mean, it's always a good idea to freeze tracks. That's always helpful. Trying to think, I mean, it also depends on how much you value the sound design you're doing and how much of your workflow is based on CPU intensive VSTs and such. You know, you can always, yeah, I mean, you could always do the old, just bounce it, you know, hold on to the sound design in a separate project file. It's not the worst idea. Sometimes it helps anyways to kind of commit to audio. So I think this riff is kind of too crazy to be there, but let's see.
I have come to terms with things I could change.
There's also often settings within a lot of VSTs to go like a low latency route. Like for example, like the Antares Autotune has like a low latency mode. Like something like ProQ has like the zero latency option. And not all of them have like any drawbacks that matter in the short term. Maybe when it comes to like a final mix, those kind of things could matter. I'm trying to think about what else. Honestly, since I switched to my new system, I've been having to think a lot less about these things than normal. But I'm trying to think what other tricks there are to reduce CPU usage. I think that Ableton, correct me if I'm wrong here, but I'm pretty sure Ableton I don't know exactly how to use the correct terminology here, but it applies is it one thread per track for a CPU? So like it helps, for example, if you have one track with, let's say, like 4 serums each with like their own processing or chains or whatever, it can be beneficial to, instead of having those all on one track, to separate them. I don't know if that's still a thing, but for a while I remember that was really helpful for me, because I didn't realize that that's kind of how the CPU load worked in Ableton.
So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can, letting us. I was hearing voices, wasn't sure if they're mine. I was seeing choices, wasn't sure if they're right. Always on my shoulder, whispering to my mind. Something looming over, a feeling I'll describe. Letting a sinking ship, taking me down with it, drowning me out, figure this out. Time to get over this, taking a hold of me.
This could be kind of cool. Hold on. Let's mute this drum stuff I've done. I'm kind of curious to explore other textures for this intro thing for a moment.
Letting a sinking ship, taking me down with it, drowning me out, figure this out, time to get over. Letting a sinking ship, taking me down with it, drowning me out, figure this out.
It's kind of cool. It's almost like a different arrangement of the same rhythm that I already have, but then also with kind of like the really nice acoustic, processed acoustic sound as well. Hold on. Let me test something out here. Maybe I can combine these a little bit. of a nice little layer, I think. Maybe we can reduce transients here.
Letting a sinking ship, taking me down with it, drowning me out, figure this out, time to get over this, taking a hold of me, tearing it out of me, never again know who I am, things that I can't change.
All right. Well, spent a couple hours on this. I feel like in some ways I've got some clarity on what to do with this track now. Definitely enjoying the kind of like more vocal forward, acoustic kind of vibe in the intro. And then I think I do want to kind of build towards something a bit climactic somehow, somewhere, sometime. But yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with that for today. Might call it here for the time being, and I need to do a little bit of organizational, boring work that's not really worth streaming. So I might just call it here for today, and then come back on Tuesday. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate the hangs, the subs, the comments, the lurkers. But yeah, that's it for me for today, I believe. So thanks for tuning in. Appreciate y'all. And if you want to tune in again, it's back to my normal schedule. So Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, 1 to 4 p.m. CDT-ish. Sometimes I end a little bit early, like today. But then Fridays, I also do the Feedback Fridays. So we're just going to keep sticking to this until I need a break from the streaming schedule. But for the time being, it's been really great. So thanks for hanging out, and hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, evening, and bis zum nächsten Mal. Peace out, y'all.
Do you hear what I hear? Do you care if I care? Do you know what I know? Do you know what we share? Do you hear what I hear? Do you care if I care? Do you know what I know? Do you know what we share? Do you don't you? Don't you?